Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing my movie theory video. I've been doing the Final Destination. Um, I've been reviewing the Final Destination franchise, so this movie theory is going to kind of piggyback off that with Final Destination. And today I'm going to be basically explaining the rules of death. I more or less have a basic concept of everything of it, so yeah. I am going to leave, however, a link down below for those who want to check out a more in-depth view of the rules of death. So yeah, this is going to be all from the Final Destination movies predominantly. And the reason I say that is because the Final Destination also has like 20 different novels, and like 2 different comic book series, each spanning between like, I believe it's 3 and 5 comics. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, there's also a video game or something like that. Not exactly a video game, but an app or something. I have no idea. It's something technological. Um, right. So I've heard. Um, so yeah, basically, it's predominantly going to be from the movie series, though. I mean, some of this may overlap into the comic book series or the not graphic novel, into the novel series or whatever. And now anthology series, but still counts. So yeah, the basic rule of death is that you cannot cheat death. There's no way you're gonna cheat death. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. We're all gonna die. That's basically it. That's the rule in real life. We're all gonna die. And I'm gonna try not to go into religion in this because I know how easy it could be for death to go into religion. It could go very easily, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try to steer away from religion as much as possible, because I know how easy it could be steered into religion. So yeah, the basic rule of death is you cannot cheat death. You're gonna die regardless. Some way, somehow, death is gonna come, find you, and kill you. Whether it be stabbed, impaled, incinerated, exploded, gutted, gutted, decapitated, shocked. What else is there? Crushed, ran over, drowned, suffocated, hanged, no matter how, electrocuted, you're gonna die. That's basically it. That's the basic premise of death. You're gonna die some way, somehow. Yeah. Now, there's several rules of death, and in this video I'm gonna explain what are the subconcepts of death, which involves where a person is, like their position, if she is pregnant, because pregnant people are usually women. Um, there's no lie about that. I mean, I know there's a few pregnant men every couple of years for some reason, but that's an oddity. So yeah, so where you sit or stand, or where the person sits or stands, pregnancies, and the order, and in what order a person's gonna die, and basically how death can be intervened. That's basically going to be the 4 things I'm going to go over. Maybe 1 or 2 more things every here and there may steer off just to add a bit more detail, but yeah. So I'm going to go off by the easiest one, and go with pregnancy. So if a person is pregnant, if she is pregnant, let's say, obviously, yeah, let's say a person is pregnant, a lady is pregnant. Okay, actually, no, let me restart, because I almost forgot something. Now, in the Final Destination movies, there's this thing called a premonition. It's basically like a vision or a dream that the main character has, and basically shows the basic order of how everybody's gonna die. Usually in each group of survivors, there's 6 people. So in this case, let's say A, B, C, D, E, and F. F is the visionary, okay? Now let's say there's a pregnant person within the group. Let's say letter C. Okay, that's a bad example. Let's say letter D is a pregnant person, the pregnant lady. Okay? Let's say letter D is pregnant lady, not letter C. Let's say letter D is the pregnant person. Um if she was pregnant, yeah, she dies in the premonition. She's dead, but she survives the premonition. She survives the actual event, and now she has a couple more hours to live. It, Here's the rule: if she is to have the baby before she dies, if she is to have the baby before she dies, the belief is that the whole the whole group or everybody is saved due to the fact that a new life is introduced into the list who was not meant to die at that time. Now, some people do argue that that life starts inside the womb, inside the belly, something that life starts inside the belly, and while other people argue that life starts after you're out the ass, basically. Um, now, now how exactly? My belief is that you're not technically born until you're out of your mom. Yeah, until you're out of your mom. um yeah, that's basically my basic belief. Cause first off, you have no idea when the egg was created inside the mom, and when you started, I guess, living, turning into cells, and growing up inside your belly or the mom's belly. So I think it makes sense that once the person is out of the belly, the whole group is erased. Now, some people argue that it wouldn't make sense. It just makes sense if the mom is erased, or at least taken out from the group, which would also make sense. So yeah, I guess by that logic, either at least one person will be saved due to the fact that the baby is born. Now, is it possible that the baby was never meant to be born? Maybe, maybe, but that's a little bit more scientific and a bit more complicated. But the basic belief behind this law is that if there's a person born that wasn't meant to be within the disaster at the time, then the whole list is erased. So that is fact number one. Fact number two is that if someone is intervened, if someone is about to die, yet but the death is stopped, they are sent to the back of the list. So there's 6 people. Let's say letter B, which is this one. Yeah, this one. Uh, this one. Let's say he or she was about to die, yet she is saved by someone or something. She is now at the back of the group, so now the order will be, at this point, C, D, E, F, B. B is going to be the last one to die due to the fact that she or he was saved. And yeah, and usually right after usually right after someone is saved, the next person is taken out almost immediately within a 2 and 10 second gap. So that means C will die in like within 10 seconds. Another key point of the laws of death is where a person is positioned. If a person is supposed to be sitting in this part, yet like in the premonition, if he or she sits in this part, and because of their seating arrangement, they die, they die in the premonition. But if he or she sits in this part, yeah, in the premonition, or what, let's say they're caught up in the disaster or whatever happens, they do not die. This is most significantly seen within the fourth movie. The guy was called Cowboy because he was a cowboy. He was supposed to sit, for example, let's say he was supposed to sit here in the premonition. That's why he dies, because he got in the premonition. He had a flaming car tossed at him. Again, it was a racetrack and stadium collapse. So he was supposed to sit here, yet because he was asked to move. Yet since he was never asked to move, he sat here, and he ended up being in the hospital. Now, 2 things happen. One, he lives, and now the order changes. In the movie, in the premonition, he was supposed to die before Hunter and his girlfriend, who I believe was Sarah. Yet in the movie, throughout the rest of the movie, he dies after Hunter. After Hunter, Sarah is saved, intervened, so she is sent back to the end of the group list and whatever. I'm trying to think of other key points of it. I said intervention, and then the order. Now, the order, a pretty major change to the second movie was that the order goes backwards. If you cheat death once and then you cheat death again, the list goes backwards because you have cheated death multiple times. so the list goes backwards. So instead of A, B, C, D, and A, B, C, D, E, F, it now goes F, E, D, B, F, E, D, C, B, A. So yeah, that's basically it for all the key points. My battery is starting to run out, so I'm going to end it right now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie theories, movie reviews, comic book reviews, and TV show reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on this. If you want a more in-depth look, a more deeper look into this, there's going to be a link down below. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer, and that's basically it for now. Sorry for cutting this off too right now. My battery's like at 10%. Didn't notice, but whatever. Daniel Mart signing off.